These are racing shims.
Racing shims.
I'm cleaning out my whole kit on this car.
We're gonna have no fasteners left.
Yeah. It's not my day. I don't normally use racing shims here.
That's right.
Well, it's because you don't really track too much, so. Lost one. Nope, nope, oh. Now that bolt fell out.
This is great. Okay, so we're gonna start working on the Evo again. If you haven't already watched, there's previous episodes, you should go get caught up. So where we are now is we've done all the fluids, we've done few modifications, exhaust system, but today, what I'm gonna do, Matt got a little, carried away and went and drove the car, which I don't blame him. But what we have is we have the ACD, which is the automatic center differential. Basically, I think it determines power of front and rear wheels, which goes where and how much. So we've got some air in the system. We're gonna bleed that. One guy mentioned that there is a bleed procedure. I did look it up, confirmed it. So there is a bleed procedure we're gonna do. Seems pretty simple, straightforward. So we're gonna get that done and possibly do plugs, coil packs, and maybe a few other things today. So anyway, Mike's got to film some video content for the giveaway, 997 GT3RS. If you haven't already bought some stuff to maybe win that car, you should go do it. I don't know, maybe this video might not be up before. Will it, Mike?
I'm not sure, Mike.
You can do it, Mike. You're a good guy. You can do it. Okay, so this is the bleed screw for the ACD. So that pump up there runs, there's a line, I follow the line all the way back across the firewall. It comes down to the center differential right up top there. So there's a bleed screw. So what we do is we turn the ignition on, don't start the car, hold the throttle down, and it'll actuate the ACD pump. It'll start pressurizing the line, and then, as you can see, I've already started doing that. But I want to get you guys caught up on how. So what we'll do is hang this here. Mike, you can maybe get up in the car, and we will see if we can get any more air out of it.
All right, so key in ignition, key to run but not start. And then we should hold the throttle down. And there it's running. Yeah, you can hear it right there. All right, you hop in. Since it is kind of really a two-person job, it's nice to have somebody in to hold the throttle down because it's probably only gonna cycle, I think it's 20 or 30 seconds, then it shuts off and you have to turn the ignition back off, turn back on again and start over again. So, going up, Mike? Okay, you ready? Go ahead. Okay, Mike, one more time. All right, come on down. So I tried to tell Matt, you don't need all these fancy cars, just buy a Tundra.
Yep.
Huh? Big wobber, big film guy, big filmer guy. All right, Mike, I think we're good. No more air in the system. And I should give a shout out to Ben. I don't know how to pronounce his name, Sui or something like that, right? So anyway, thanks Ben for the comment, because we weren't sure about bleeding it, but it definitely got a couple of bubbles out of there, so hopefully it's good. All right, so since we've got the ACD bled, I think I'm gonna do spark plugs and coil packs next, and then we can do strut brace, we can take the bumper off, we can put the intercooler on. We have a sway bar to do, a rear sway bar. We have end links for the front and the rear sway bar. And I ordered parts to do the timing belt, some tools. There's 3 tools I ordered for that. So we'll do that when those come in. And I'm trying to think what else there is. All these shift knobs, geez. Got enough of them?
That's one-time use.
Oh, okay. Every drive you swap it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then these are for the battery tray. I think we're gonna do a battery relocate too. I don't know if all the stuff's here yet. I'll find out from Matt. And then I think, did you already order a cold air or whatever intake you're gonna do? You did? So when that comes in, we'll do the intake too. And then also we're gonna end up doing intercooler piping. There's lots to do. Basically every part that's available for this car, professional shopper extraordinaire has purchased. All right, so spark plugs did come gapped. I checked them all, they're all at 30. Mitsubishi calls for 28 to 31, so I'm going to leave them at 30. So we'll get them swapped out, and then we'll change out the coil packs. We'll take those off. Uh-oh, COVID. So it's 2 packs. Each pack is does two plugs. I have a love for 1/4-inch drive stuff. I do. If you're wrenching on cars like this, doing this kind of stuff, 1/4-inch drive is so nice to use. I mean, obviously, if you're using I think anything with a, maybe like a 14mm head or smaller, 1/4-inch drive is great. You start getting into bigger stuff like 17s, not enough leverage, but there's small stuff like this, 10s, 12s, 8s, and some 14s, it works great. Don't need all that big long ratchet and big heavy sockets. I'm telling you, it's the way to do it, Mike.
It's got to be my favorite compliment, the Renaissance man. I could just see you at the bourgeoisie.
You should have a mic on, Mike.
Nah, I don't need a mic.
No? You don't need a mic? You're a very popular guy, though.
No.
People like you, Mike. Mike, really appreciate your talent. You're a very talented guy. Okay. As you can see, this takes care of 2 and 3. Been on there a while. 20 years. There we go. Got it. That's supposed to stay on this. There it is. There's that. Now, pull plugs, swap those, and then put the high horsepower coil packs in. Now this one I'll use, I'll go ahead and use 3/8 on this one, Mike. Okay, just for you. Yep. And then this has got a spark plug socket. There we go. Original iridium plugs, they're probably fine, but might as well start fresh. That's gonna make big power.
Yeah.
Big horsepowers.
Yep.
You see this, Mike? That's spells big power, Mike. Now I got to torque these. These are 18 foot-pounds. That's it. Yeah, Matt was saying that his tuner guy said he could easily make with stock. I think he said stock ECU, stock mass airflow sensor can make 700 horsepower if you want. Now I'm sure that means turbo, injectors, fuel pump, all that kind of stuff, but maybe even E85, I don't know. If I had this car, I think 350 wheel would be a nice number. I think it would scoot, and then probably be, the drivability probably be really good. Okay, so the plugs are in. So I'm gonna try this out and see how this looks like. There's a mounting hole here and here, and it did come with a couple of, Matt ordered these separately. Those stainless steel socket-headed screws. More horsepower, Mike. Okay, so that goes like that. Now I guess this bracket should fit. Now it does, yes it does. Okay, so get that back on, and then so this must plug into this here. Do something a little neater. And I guess you can tie it up, but maybe I can run it. Let's see if I run it. I think I can run it back, and that's what I'll do. I'll come across here. That'll look cleaner. That's what I'll do. That. And then, yeah, that'll look cleaner like that. All right, so the spark plugs are in, coil packs are in. The only thing I really don't care for is they have the harness comes underneath this carbon fiber plate or cover, and it kind of gets pinched between the valve cover and the little piece of carbon here. So there's a fastener there, and these have to run over, and they kind of go to each one of the coil packs. I don't really care for that. That's how it comes. So I didn't go crazy tight on that. But I almost think that if I'm going to cover this with the factory cover, I'm going to cut out some holes in the cover and kind of use a grinder and a peanut grinder to kind of open it up so the coil packs will kind of poke through. Then maybe I can reroute the wire harness down here so that it's not pinched, because you won't see any of it anyway. So I might do that, but first things first, I got the spark plugs in, got the coil packs in. Let's see if it fires up and runs okay, make sure we don't have any issues. Guess maybe I should grab a Mitsubishi key and not a BMW key. All right, so we're good. Sounds very much nice hot boy car.
This is the battery tray. I just don't have the battery. Waiting on the battery. Yeah, 15 all around. 15 millimeter H&Rs. I'd rather have black ones, but I don't, in the BMW world, there's spacers that are jank and there's spacers that are good. And so you want to try to avoid the jank ones. Well, I don't know this world and which ones are good and which ones are not. So H&R I don't think they make a black one. I'd rather have a black spacer, but it's kind of pointless to put these on because I've ordered new wheels, so it should be here next week. Guy on the forum had a brand new set of Wed Sports TC 105X.
All right, so what I did on this harness, they had it tied up underneath here and coming through these notches here. So I cut the zip ties, put it on top so that way it's not pinched between the valve cover and this carbon little plate. And since we're going to be able to utilize the factory cover for the coil packs, you won't see any of this wiring anyway. So I think that's a smarter idea than having it squished.
I think I paid extra to have the wire underneath.
You probably did. Lower it down just a little bit, please. You probably did.
I don't know why everybody said it doesn't fit. The cover doesn't fit back on. Or maybe they just don't put it back on.
Because they want to see the hot boy carbon fiber.
I guess. I figured out my turbo. I figured out my tuner.
What turbo are you going to get? Are you getting a
FP green.
What size is it?
I think it's like a 52 or 55 millimeter or something like that. I'm gonna make like 400-ish horsepower. That's great. But I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna do that after I get all this stuff done and suspension done, alignment done. I'm not gonna PPF it. Bumpers, wheels, tires. I've always liked these kind of spacers. BMW uses wheel bolts instead of studs. I don't know if I'll need to replace the studs. We might have to do that. Might need longer studs with the new wheels, we'll see. See, but these use the old studs and then give you new studs. I just found these always to be super stout. Yeah, so 15 millimeter spacers all the way around. If you do, less than 10, it's problematic oftentimes. Because then you don't get much of a. See how we have a new hub here? We have a brand new hub ring, and so if you have like a 5 millimeter spacer, 8 millimeter spacer, it just eats up some of the hub, which then can lead to vibration. So. I don't know, this style is just, to me, has never been a problem. It's super, super stout. As long as you get good quality ones. So, I think we might be replacing those with these stainless ones, maybe?
I think you bought valve cover. I didn't know you bought them for this. Kind of think the black might look better.
Yeah, no. These little stubbies. Like when it gets complete, I feel like like I consumed. It's almost like I took my vitamins. You know, it's yeah, you know, it's like when I empty a gallon of detail, whatever, wheel cleaner. I shouldn't feel good about it because that means you got to buy another one. But
well, that's what you like to do is buy.
I guess.
So maybe that's.
So like when I put all these parts on, I feel like complete.
Completed. Accomplished.
Yeah. And then I drive the car and something's broken and I'm cursing the whole idea. That's generally how it goes. Well, that works great. I got my fancy coil packs. So those are from JD Customs, and they're Denso coils on a fancy carbon fiber rail that we'll never see.
Here's the other short one. And the washer. These back. See his unapproval mumble? That's what that is. That's when he doesn't approve, when he's saying, yeah, sure. I've learned to recognize that I know what it means. It means you're full of crap, or I don't believe you, or you probably left it out. That's what that is. Okay, so that looks tidy. What's next? Probably do the valve cover bolts. Matt bought some. These theoretically, I think these add about 3% horsepower.
They have to.
You know, and maybe they're a little lighter because now we've got this hollowed out here for the socket head. You know, so we've taken grams off the car. Grams count. You know. All right, so let's swap these. Yeah, I guess there. You know, this is what's going to get me my Master Tech license from Mitsubishi, is I keep doing things, take it apart, put it back together. Be good at it. We pulled it all back apart. We have some extras here that Matt wants changed. So we'll get rid of the cadmium plated stock ones. They're these high grade stainless steel ones.
This is the key.
This is the key. This is when you know you do things right. You even replace the hidden bolts that no one will ever see.
I'm sure somebody probably makes a carbon fiber cover for this. I'm gonna get my first place show trophies.
Yeah.
Best in show.
Well, wait till you make your placard. Don't make the placard yet that you put in front, on the easel. Don't get that yet until we're all done modifying. So that way you don't have to change it. Get it repainted.
Yeah. 2005, there's 1,000 made.
Yeah.
300 in this color. 100 with this brake package, whatever.
Yeah.
Got the rarest version.
So I think we're going to do the intercooler next, and we're going to attempt the sway bar. See how easy it is to get the sway bar out without having to drop subframe or do anything crazy like that.
I don't think we gained much, but I ordered the sway bar kit from White Line, front and rear. I mean, I like doing the sway bar end links. That way when we shorten up the shock or shorten up the height.
And they're adjustable.
We need to since we're going to build the shed, I think we should get a frickin' bearing press. Because I got to press out 1, 2, 3, 4 bushings.
Yeah, just got a little frame press.
Yeah, I had one, but I threw it away every time.
Yeah. Of course you did.
It's like $80 at Harbor Freight, Thing's junk.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't wait to dry ice clean this thing.
Yeah, it's pretty sticky.
Yeah, and they didn't even do a good job. It covered little bits. They didn't even do the whole thing.
Well, look where they fogged it here. They were trying to get the underground, but they missed here, missed here.
Yeah, all the areas that matter.
And then the aluminum that doesn't need it, they got it.
Some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah.
So in other words, they didn't want to do any taping, any masking.
Well, and you can see they sprayed this direction, but not this direction, because half the brake line and fuel line are caught and the other half's not.
It's because it's a dealership insurance it's like
it's an adder.
$1,000.
We can save you 0.25% on your finance rate if you do the Cosmoline undercoating.
Yeah, right.
All that BS they give you. What'd you have for lunch, Mike?
I made some smash burgers.
Ooh,
I made a bunch of leftovers.
sounds good, Mike. I think I might do smash burgers tonight, Mike. It sounds really good. You know, Mike, did I tell you that I caved when I was up in Helen?
You're always caving.
No, I don't always cave. I caved one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally went 4 months no sugar. But I drove by the cinnamon roll shop and I had to stop and get 6 cinnamon rolls.
And you had about 5 of them.
I had 5.5 of them. I ate 2 for breakfast that morning. Then I had 2 on the way home from Helen in the drive home. Then I thought, I'll bring 2 home for Maureen. I'll be a nice guy. She likes them. She had half of one. She goes, okay, that's it. And then I just saw them sitting there on the counter. I didn't want them to go to waste because I drove them all the way down from Georgia.
And you just
So I had to consume them. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
had to, Mike.
I had to. I had to make sure the quality was still up because we keep promoting this place. You have to make sure the quality's still there.
That's true.
You know, and I'm one for quality, especially in the cinnamon roll area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and coffee, cinnamon roll and coffee. So anyway, they're gone, and I don't feel bad. They were quite. Matt had some too before I got there,
About a dozen.
or so. Yeah,
All right, let's put this thing back in.
country baked chape. Like, we're gonna try the soy bar right now.
Let's do the,
What do you want to do?
we know we can do the intercooler.
Okay, we know we can do the intercooler, Mike. It's right there.
What kind of intercooler are we doing?
It's a big hot
This
boy
is
one.
the ETS, Extreme Turbo Systems.
Extreme, Mike. Very extreme. That's
I
good.
wanted to do the big one that like totally
The one that's like this big.
totally fills the Evo 9 bumper, but I also wanted the Cusco brace because I think it's freaking cool.
It's cool. That's good.
So all this is coming off here, but we'll do that. Whatever. It might be a while because I ordered wrinkle black, and
Mike.
so they have to make that.
We like to do things 2-3 times anyway.
It gives you a better understanding.
Exactly. You're well versed in the Mitsubishi world by doing it multiple times.
I just turned over this new leaf of otherwise you just spend your whole life waiting.
Just do it while you have it.
I
if
got
you
it
have
on the
to-
bench. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Now we worked for 2 years to get to this point. Year and a half,
Yep.
I had when you came here, I had such a giant
Backlog. I know. Remember my list used to be legal pad sheets,
Yeah.
like 3 deep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
and that was only some of it.
Yeah, we've added many lists since.
Yeah.
And then we added Helen, which wasn't even in the works yet.
That's what I got to teach the leadership team. They're having a hard time with that. They think, well, the strategic plan's set. We need to do the strategic plan. I said, but the strategic plan is chasing after me. That's the whole point.
Yep, that's a fact.
That's the magic of the whole thing.
I think we're gonna have to loosen the intercooler line here to get enough play.
Okay, so see, this line here runs up, turns this way, turns that way, goes up and around. Well, the short route goes basically up and through. And so that's why you need to relocate the battery. And then this one here will be swapped as well, which I don't know that it says you gain 12 horsepower from that. I don't know that I buy it. If you added up all the horsepower gains,
I know, it's so-
parts,
I
it would
know.
be like 400 more.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Oh boy. Turn that so you don't. We got these little fellas here. German. I haven't been doing any sneezing though.
Okay, I have that one right there.
Just laying on the couch feeling sorry for myself.
Hey, you didn't mention when I talked to you Saturday.
No, I was fine.
Oh, you were fine?
Yeah, it came on yesterday. I don't know. That little guy. They'd say that's me worth some money. Oh, we.
Well, I was thinking you were gonna take it to the aluminum recycler. Get your money's that way.
That's the whole point of these cars. People are like, oh, you need to leave it alone. I'm like, no, that's the whole point. The fun is this. Otherwise, I wouldn't want this. It's not a darn Bugatti. It's a,
Mitsubishi.
yeah.
There's a couple of bolts that come with it for that.
Yeah.
And this must be something. Yeah, there's got to be.
There's a spacer for the top. Okay. So that's why the coupler.
It's shorty coupler, so I think we might have to put the coupler on because there's not any play on this one. This one for sure we can do after the fact because there's enough play, but
You can take that bolt off.
yeah, and have to slide it past because this one hits the ACD pump. Okay,
Hold on.
we can just bolt it back up right now.
Got it all, Mike. That's why we did this. Just save this trip to the store. Gotta do the stencil, Mike.
Oh, they gave one?
No.
Oh. What you could do is just do an OG,
Little hex there.
there you go.
No. No.
Negative, huh?
No. No. So these brackets came off here, these puppies. This was here, so that comes off. And then I think on this we just reuse oh, maybe that's what these bolts are.
We gotta trim this plastic too before we get
Yeah.
too carried away. Can I use your Kevlar scissors?
No,
Gosh, you're so possessive with your Kevlar scissors.
I got scissors right here for you. Fresh Milwaukee's. Look, these are yours.
I know,
Mike's.
those are the cheaper,
Yep.
more cost-effective ones.
That's for you. I got them just for you.
It wasn't because you wanted the full kit. It was for me.
This is supposed to be made specifically for this
It's hitting the
price.
intercooler.
Yeah.
And it's not even tight against the bar yet.
I
They
might
sell
have
a
to-
Hot Boy spacer kit for this. Before you know it, the bumper's gonna be out here. That's all the way back too. It's way out.
Yeah, we're 2 inches short.
I'm sure this goes with this intercooler, man.
Yeah, this is like the Cusco intercooler, Cusco brace intercooler. It's designed specifically for this. So if I just space that out a little bit.
Sure, let's just get some washers and stack it up like most of the...
Yeah.
Or better yet, we just get some washers and some zip ties through the holes
Yeah, and just hold it on.
and hold on for looksies. Let's just try it.
Yeah. Something tells me we're gonna have 8 of each in all the holes.
Well, these bolts aren't long enough if we do that.
This in there.
I don't think 2's enough. Yeah, we need like 4.
Oh boy.
4. Okay. These are racing shims. Shim. It's always better to use shim. Yep.
Nice, pretty stainless bolts.
Boy, it's close.
Well, as long as it doesn't touch.
It doesn't touch.
That's a.
That's a
Well, we're not up on this side yet.
tight
Ooh, yeah,
tolerances. That's 4
Give
shims.
me another one of those bolts.
Where did you put them? Oh,
Right
here.
there.
Here. There's our shim bolt.
Racing shims. I like that.
Well, you glue them together before you.
How many we got? What, there's 4
There's
of them.
2. Will you draw? Where did the rest go? Oh. Here you go.
I'm cleaning out my whole kit on this car.
We're gonna have no fasteners left.
Yeah. It's not my day. I don't normally use racing shims here. To do this
That's
one.
right. Well, it's because you don't really track too much, so
Yeah.
this is for track use only.
Off-road use.
Yeah.
Yeah, alley-oop it in there. I guess I need some more shims.
Oh boy, we do. And longer bolts because it's touching. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably need 2 more. So you need 2 more per. So we need 6 times 4. So we need total of 24 shims. 24 shims. 1, 2. Then we need bolts longer than this now.
Okay. Well, what is that bolt?
That's a 6mm 150, I think, or 125. 125.
Really ad-libbing here.
So they're 8mm, not 6. And they are flange bolts. So we have our, this is, these are our racing shims. And then we upgraded the bolts to a lighter alloy
Yeah.
bolt. It's a flange bolt like the factory. Okay, now this is gonna be fun getting 6 in it one shot. Let's see if I can do it. Is that a little bit? Oh yeah. Here we go. Ah, lost one. Now let's try 5 and see what 5 gets us. Nope, nope. Now that bolt fell out. This is great. Oh boy. Wait a second. How many did we put in there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was too many anyway. That was too many anyway. Wait, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what we wanted. I don't know why I grabbed 8. All right, let's try this again. I don't really like this mic. This is not to spec. I don't know.
This is literally called the ETS Cusco Power Brace Intercooler.
Well, now we have about a 1/8 of an inch clearance, which I would be comfortable with. You know, I mean, with all your speeds, you're going to be attaining. It'll probably flex back anyway. You know.
Yeah.
So it's 6 shims per bolt.
And then we'll find out if it fits behind the bumper. That's the next.
This is what we got here. 1, 2.
Just cut a hole in the bumper. Just cut us straight.
You said it was going to fit. You were so confident. No,
Look at that
it's
bumper.
fine. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Famous laugh words. Plenty of room. I did my research. People do this all the time. Okay, loosen this a little bit. I don't see how this could be the way they intended it. I just don't. Is this the only one they sell?
No.
Okay.
It's the only one they sell for the power brace.
Okay. That was the next question.
But they do
maybe
3.5. I should have ordered the 3-inch. They do it 3.
yeah, you went full aggressive. So now I think.
This is like saying your wheels fit. You know.
So we're going to need more spacer and a longer bolt for here.
Okay.
So you can figure that out. Here's the bolt. We need one that's about 20 millimeters longer than this. Do you want the bolt?
I don't want anything.
You don't want anything? Okay. And then do we have more racing shims for this side?
Yeah.
We need 12 more. Or no, 11 more to really dial in the angle. I'm sure Jesse and Dom have had to do this same thing before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're losing me. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we won't know until we get the bumper on.
It's sturdy. That's a lot of janky. I mean, who knows if it's level on the dome.
I know. Well, I was going to check it with the rest of the car. Well, it's following the car. It's about the same.
I like that. Wow, it's close.
We won't know.
Close-ish.
It's pretty close though. So, what's next? Bumper cover back on?
Yeah.
Have any other hot boy parts to install?
We're gonna put this on after the bumper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it on this part. I'm gonna put my shims back.
Yeah, get your shims.